Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to Options Income Launchpad Monday Market Kickoff. I'm Scott. I'll be your host. As always, what we do is for education, illustrative purposes only. Nothing we do or say should be considered a recommendation to buy or sell any financial product. We're not brokers or advisors, so we don't give financial advice. Any decision made on the information here is based on your own risk, yada, yada, yada. We've got a great group today. Very excited. Let's talk about the opening news. We talked already a little about the futures. The opening news. This week's economic calendar. The posture. It was an interesting posture day. I thought we'll take a look at what may or may not be open trades based on some of the alerts. And of course, if there's any that you're in, you don't even have to say I'm in it. You can just be like, hey, I mean, I guess I'm kind of giving away the game here, but, you know, if you wanted to just be like, hey, let's look at that one a little longer. Let's talk about what like some targets may be. Let's talk about, you know, what would have me exit this trade early? What would have me, you know, just we're trying to solicit additional interactions around specific trades, even offer, you know, the ability to open your mic and have a quick chat and everyone else can just kind of watch and learn and listen. Anyway, keep that in mind. We'll watch the opening range for you day traders and see what we think about it as it opens up. We'll talk about, we'll obviously go through our whole entire list, but focus on those that are the opportunity. We are back to section 1. If you've never gone through a full trading plan rotation because we've sort of like paused the loop, is there no session tomorrow? Is the calendar showing that I knew I was getting close to a time? Is there something missing from the calendar, Don? I'm going to go take a look. Yes, there's a session tomorrow. Let me go to the events here. Hold on. Let's just see. Let's get out of this slide. Let's get to the... Oh, Walmart kept going. Okay. Few people took that outside of... There was no alert on that one. Yeah, looking back... was right at the bubble here, but it was valid. Let me see here. We're on Monday. Ooh, the morning session. Okay, I see what you're saying. Let me see if I have the ability to extend that easily. If not, I'll do it later. If it's easy, I'll do it now. Apple and Citi. Okay. Occurrences. Oh. Can I edit this event? Sometimes circle is repeats after 4. Yeah, no, I have to redo it. Okay. Give me a little bit this morning and I'll get that updated and you'll be able to join it. It is the same link, by the way. My call. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that actually works out in your favor. Kent said he had a call on Walmart that hit expiration, took it to expiration. It was in the money, so it got assigned. If you're in the money a penny, it's going to get assigned, right? But now you're up 90 cents. You can go close the stock as you need to, right? Okay. All right. Actually up 4. Okay, there you go. Well, very nice. Very, very nice. Sorry, I've got to move around here and get some screens back. Okay, let's go through. Where do I want to go? Down 0.3 on the S&P, 0.39 on the Dow, 0.36 on the NASDAQ. And then the Russell just got a little bit of a punch in the mouth this morning. A little howdy do. Down 1.5%. VIX is popping. Up 1.5. AI got posture wrong with overall market. Maybe. I mean, it's early. It's a lot of day left. Another 6 hours and 19 minutes. I just closed a hood put 220 for 100% credit. Very nice. Robinhood? Is that what that one is? Robinhood? We haven't looked. That was on the watch list for a while. Oh, nice. Very nice. The irony. That's amazing. I did trade Ameritrade a few times after they acquired Thinkorswim, and so they technically, so I that's funny. I never even thought about that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I had some bear trades on Ameritrade. That's hilarious. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice downtrend. Very nice. That's lovely. You guys know we're all about sharing. Let's take a quick peek at the SPY. And you can see we're back to positive now. I mean, it's it's buyers are clamoring back in immediately on at least the SPY. Robinhood was at its low still, but it's a quick recovery. Open down here, little gap, and we're already back at the closing prices from last weekend. So yeah, let's give it another 8 or 10 minutes to whip around a little bit and see where it ends up. Let's just kind of pop through where people are starting out. Let's go. Yeah, Alcoa looks like it's trying to stabilize. It's been chopping since earnings. Had such a steady upswing for a little while, though. Apple. I put Apple on the list, and if you're in it, it makes sense. For a new trade, it's the next pullback for me. But I do agree that Apple is showing some bullishness. Archer Daniels, it's got earnings. Otherwise, I'd be thinking it looks pretty good. Trying to turn out of that. Applied Materials. Okay, so you'll notice I have a line out here which matches the line I have here, which matches these bullish swings back here. Now, this one we did not take. We were watching this, and it was just, we didn't like how high it was relative to where our stop would be. It eroded the reward to risk potential, and so I didn't. I don't think anyone else did. And then it just stalled out, and it hiccuped. Did it break support? No. Is this still a valid? I mean, we've had so many trades that the move came after the hiccup, and we had to show the patience. The good news on this one is, we didn't take it. No patience to show. Now it's patience to see if we get the next piece of this turning into the hiccup. It's not today. It's not like, the first sign of buyers. I still think it's, maybe going to test this level a little bit more, but let's keep our eye on this one. AMKR. I had this as a like kind of a maybe same kind of a thing. It's got earnings, but you might get a 3-day pre-earnings bump. We'll watch it. Amazon. This is one that I was thinking I might try to take for a couple of days before earnings. I thought past performance is not an indicator of future results. That's true. That is true. But it does give you an idea. APH. So a lot of these are kind of like right here. APH, this is an old favorite. We had a couple of good trades back here in the previous time frame. And could have had some more, but yeah, this one looks like it could be getting close to a trade, bouncing off the 50. ASX doesn't give you long. You've got a few days only. AXP, no. BABA still pulling back. Bank of America trying. Steven said he has a piece of this. BCS. Barclays. If you were in a trade from this kind of little breakout back here, you'd probably still be holding on to it. But there's nothing new here. But oh, look at Bud. We were wondering if it was. I mean, that was it. You had this little consolidation, and then it just busted. You'll notice it's been overbought the whole time. It even dropped a little on the stochastics, even as this thing rallied. Citigroup trying. Come on, Citi. I think I can. I think I can. Still in this basing zone. We'll see if it can make it work. Caterpillar came out of earnings. I like it, but I need a pullback. Yeah, CF is pulling back. Maybe there's going to be a trade here soon, setting up. Coherent. 3 minutes. We're going to go check. Yeah, Amazon looks good. It's turning. But you don't have long for this trade. Amazon is one I just took, closed out, and then I'm thinking, do I want to try to catch this for? You don't have long. It's aftermarket on the 5th, which is Thursday. So if you said, you know what, I'm going to take this trade, you're looking for a 3-day move. Boom, boom, boom. And if it does anything less, you don't really give it much time. It's this. When you have earnings here, it's not like a normal swing trade. It's kind of a variation of a momentum trade. You know it's 2 to 3 days. You're just looking to see if it's going to get like a pre-earnings bump. If you look back, here's the last earnings. What happened right before? A little pre-earnings bump. Boop, boop, boop. I don't have the last one, but let's see if we can go back a little bit. You can see here, little 1, 2, 3, right? Oh, no, that's not it. Where's earnings? Earnings are here. Oh, that one didn't. That one pulled back a little bit, but it was already kind of in a down kind of funk, right? It was downtrending at that time. And it's interesting because we were uptrending. We gapped down here, but it still had a little pre-earnings bump right up until the last day. So, okay. Anyways, you don't have long is what I'm saying. Is I think it has some momentum. You don't have long. So, where were we? Cisco, Coherent. Let's see. It's too long now. It's going to be 6 months. Earnings in 2 days. Wednesday after market. Cisco. Oh, Cisco. I thought Cisco maybe wants to pull back, but it's holding at that old resistance there. Delta. maybe testing the consolidation. I'm not looking for a bounce on Delta. I'm looking at this as it's in this consolidation and it needs to bust it, and then that would give us something more tradable. Okay, let's go take a quick peek at the SPY. I mean, look at that. The opening range was 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's already moving higher than that. So it's certainly, starting to ebb. And you can see you had your biggest candle here, and then they've been shrinking up a little bit. Actually, this one still looks pretty good right now. Buyers are pushing. You can see it. You can feel it. Now, do I want to jump in late and be like, oh, well, I'm going to throw a day trade in for the buyers? No, of course not. Of course not, right? This is where we might wait and say, okay, let's see if these guys take a break, pull back. Where would the pullback go? I would start here and go as low as maybe here. Somewhere in this range, and then it stabilizes, and then we say, yeah, now I have something else to trade. Also, Gabe, I do like Ross. And you may or may not have been there. I believe it was on Friday. Ross Stores was like generating a signal, but when we got to the options, they were on the bubble of acceptable, to the point that I was like, I personally would maybe take this trade, but I wouldn't put it out as an alert. So I did like it. I do like it, but it does have like really there was a couple of pockets of options that made sense, that had the right liquidity. So that was a tough one. But I do still like it. Absolutely. Okay. Let's get out of this. You can see already a little bit of a pause. That's the kind of thing where it's like, all right, let's see if this pulls back. Learn a question. So if SPY is overbought and we want to wait for it to go down and then bounce before we think about an option, if we're thinking about a bullish option. However, as you saw with Hood, if you think that the market is overbought and it's more at a resistance and it's going to have a pullback, then you might have a few weak opportunities, downtrenders like Hood, you might have a few of those where you think to yourself, I'm going to trade a put. Now, I personally have a rule that says I don't buy weakness and I don't sell strength. That's just right. So what does that mean? It means I don't try to catch falling knives. They're like, oh, is that the bottom? Hell if I know. You guys know the pattern I look for. I look for it to pop up, break through its consolidation, come back, make a higher low. Now we're in business. Right? Now I know it's bottomed out. I'll sacrifice. That's a pawn in my chess game. That bottom. That's a pawn. What are you willing to sacrifice? The low is off the table for me. I'm never gonna try to. If something's been dropping, I'm never gonna be like, ooh, that might be the low. Let's try to. That's not my game at all. And so I like to trade puts on weak stocks. When I pulled up Robinhood, the first thing that caught my attention was dropping. It's down. Sellers are there. Sellers are in control. Great. Sellers are in control. We think about bearish trades. Buyers are in control. We think about bullish trades, and we're patient because what I don't want is I don't want to get distracted where I put like a put trade on an uptrending stock and it might pull back. Of course. Yeah, obviously that's what we're waiting for. So people are like, well, then should I trade that? Well, no, because it's only 2-3 days maybe. And it can go fast. And if you're in a put and then all of a sudden it turns and you're like, wait, I think that's my bullish signal. Now you're having to scramble to close this and open. So, as you think about the big picture, you think, okay, now, if I was in like a 5 or a 6 or a 7 market posture, if anyone missed it, I did send it out. You can go read it. But this is a great tie-in to this exact conversation. It's a great question. I'm at a 3.5. I dropped a quarter of a point, and I've been dropping a little bit. So for me, the conditions have been like, ooh, right? A 3.5. It's not a 5 or a 6 or a 7. If I'm a 6 or a 7, you know that I'm all in bullish. I don't take losses easily. I want to be in a lot of trades. Right? There are just things about that market condition that are different. And so in this market condition, I'm okay having a little bit fewer trades. And I would now in a 5 or a 6 or a 7, would I put bearish trades on? No, you're going to get smashed. Everything's going up and it's just fast. And in this market, yes. And if we drop to a 2 or a 1, increasingly so, that's opening the door for the other side, for us to trade to the downside. So what would I say right now? I would say mostly patience, but there are opportunities like you found in Hood for maybe trying to pick up a piece to the downside. That was emailed out. It's both. It should be emailed out. So if you didn't get an email, I send them, like I sent 2. I sent 1. So definitely reach out to the admin, or maybe even to me if you have to, if you don't have, whoever signed you up, and be like, am I on the email list? But if you go into the Circle app and you go to recordings, you can go find everything in there too. So 2 different ways to find it. All right. Love the discussion. Interestingly, the AI Oracle increased on short-term trend, increased on volume. I did neither of those things. I stayed the same on both. I was like, okay, but remember, but the thought here is either the AI is going to get it right, I'm going to get it right, or one of us is going to learn something. So let's see what happens. Steven's instinct was, I don't know. But now all of a sudden we're seeing the buyers come back in, and it's like, maybe. So it dropped on sector rotation. I was already there. And we both dropped on VIX. So that was my only one. I dropped on the VIX. That took me down a quarter of a point. It dropped 2 and raised 2 and stayed the same. So a little bit of a disparity. Let's teach. That's exactly what we try to. And it's been an interesting exercise. Like, do we calibrate this? But my big thing was, I want to make sure that I'm not trying to teach it to think like me. Otherwise, I've lost the tool. I want this tool to be an objective. Like, here's what we're trying to accomplish. Now do that. And it does pretty good. It gives some great, it's very eloquent in its explanations. That's for sure. Okay, let's get back to our watch list and see what's setting up for today. Where were we? Somewhere around the D's. Dow Chemical. Let's go there. Dow Chemical looks interesting. That could be a starting point. Crossing on the stochastics, coming out of earnings. Earnings were better than expected. I'm baffled that they are losing money like that. Estee Lauder, there's the turn. If you've got today, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you think, hey, I like this thing's gonna pop, you could try to catch it for just a couple of days. Heikinashi, you could get in, put your stop underneath this. You could maybe even jump to this time frame, because you're looking for one of these. This is actually 4 days. This is 2 days. We have 3 days. We have until here. So I could catch this, put a stop in at 114.70, 114.50, something like that. I'm about $3 below it, and see if I can't catch. It's at 118. 117. I mean, this one moves pretty good. Maybe 8 points. So 123. 5 points left. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. Ford. Oh, come on, Ford. I held Ford. It's still overall up a little bit. I'm still thinking maybe a pre-earnings bump, so I'll probably give this still a little longer. I don't love this. I don't love that at all. I don't know. I'll probably tighten my stop. Anyone else in Ford? Let me know. City's actually accelerating a little bit, but not much at all. And I will look at Oracle. Whoever put that in, I'm not forgetting about you. Let's see. Gold still down. General Motors is on my list. This little pullback here, they had good earnings, popped up. We could have something developing here. Google earnings coming up. One of the last. This is our last big week of earnings season. A lot of things reporting on the 4th, including maybe the 5th. 4th on Google. Goldman holding up. Home Depot's kind of testing a support level here. We broke up out. You can see what I mean, right? Like, I didn't want to try to call anything down here, but right in this area, the buyers smashed and grabbed. And then we've seen it push a little higher. Now the sellers have a full cycle. And what are we doing? We're sitting right on the support level. We know what this thing can do. This thing can get up to 425. If I took a trade on this, I'd be thinking I could take half around this 387 to 390, not half, a piece. And the next level up is probably I think I would probably look for around 400, 402, right in this area here. I think there's a nice trade developing in Home Depot. HL, silver mining down. IBM. They had good earnings. See what it settles into. Intel still kind of chopping around a little bit. We had a banger of a trade back here. Super nice trade. Woo! Was a good one. IVZ, if it can hold the 50. Right? This support level has to hold. You have Ford. Good. I agree. Sorry, I was on the wrong chat, so it took me a couple minutes. You're like, oh, that was a while ago. IWM, I think the small caps, look at the recovery. I think the small caps could be in an overall buy zone, to be fair. Lumentum is right on the cusp of earnings. LRCX is in a mild pullback. MasterCard, maybe MasterCard for a breakout. Meta on a pullback from earnings. So, yeah, I would think about it. Same kind of a thing. We know where Meta can get. There's plenty of upside potential for Meta. Monster. This one's on my short list. Not my like I'm going to short the stock, but like small. My focused list, if you will. Getting close. Sellers are doing hardly anything to it. Look at it. It got as high as 83 and it's sitting at 80. Down 3 or 4%. Morgan Stanley still looks okay. It's not accelerating, but it's just sort of holding on. A little bit of treading water in the financial arena. Microsoft smashed on earnings. Micron flagging a little bit. This thing's a freight train. It doesn't give a lot of opportunities for entry, but you can see we're kind of seeing a little bit of this consolidation taking place. Netflix, there's a dog. that's certainly one that, if you see something along these lines, you could certainly have thought about downward opportunities. There really hasn't been a lot. It just sort of is like grinding down. In Netflix, are you playing the bottom of this thing? Be careful, because every time it looks like it in a call, yeah. News just had a strong trade. Now we picked it up, literally, like we added it to our watch list around there. And I've always had this like, I want to watch it first and get comfortable with it. But I've been finding that I've been missing some trades on some good stocks that just got added. And I'm like, I think I'm going to reevaluate that policy going forward. But for now, this one is pulling back. That's probably about where a 50% retracement on this thing is. You can see today it's up a little bit, but I would still be thinking to myself, it could pause and then this, and we want to see our stochastics really get itself in a turning type position. So I'm going to be patient. Nvidia, down 2%. Okay, how'd everybody do? Are you still in this one? Did you take some on Friday when it kind of hit that old resistance for 3 days in a row? On a Friday, stochastic started pinching. And if not, what are your thoughts? You can see you're at the end of this one. This was the hiccup. A hiccup down. Full disclosure, I took my loss on this day. A lot of people held on and they got a recovery out of it. But it's so hard with recoveries because sometimes we're like, ooh, now I want to make my original money, which would be up here. But I want you to pay attention to that resistance level there. And now we've kind of turned and we're at here. So be very careful. Now, you can see today it's already trying to come back a little bit. But if today it looks like this, rolling over again, you're running out of time a little bit. Be very careful with how long you hold this thing for. The last thing you would want to see is it retest down here now. And then you're like, there's no way you can recover, right? Like that's the whole thing, is time is not on your side. PLTR. PLTR reported. Did they report? No. Aftermarket today. They've been in an accelerating downward consolidation. Right? You can see it's accelerated. It's got to break this, come back. Then we have business to discuss. Otherwise, if it makes a lower high, if it does something like this, if it reports earnings and it pops to here and then it stalls and rolls over, then what? Then you're thinking, hey, hold on a second. Come down here. So, okay. Woo, look at Amazon. Yeah, it's coming back. Goodness. Okay. Where were we? We are at NVIDIA. Palantir. The Qs today up 0.5%. I mean, it's trying to hold it down today, technology. We would love to see technology. If the NASDAQ could bust out of this and get to a higher high, that would be really nice bullish indication, The real. Man, I really like, I was like, oh, I love what the R's are doing. Look at the R's. This one's never developed. I'm fighting on Rocket Lab. I held because it held. Today we're down a little bit. I'm looking for a recovery. Otherwise, there may be a hard decision on this one. It's like, what happened, R's? You guys were doing so well. But an RKT fell apart. ROST it has the trade. It's just whether or not you ultimately decided the liquidity wasn't too cumbersome. We walked through this one in great detail on Friday, if you go watch that recording. And then we're like, it's just so, yeah. You'd probably, where would I have my stop on the Ross? Real? That's the symbol? Oh, REAL? I mean, this is a hard one, right? Because at the end of today, if I was in a bullish trade on this, let's say in here, and I'm in it now, I would give it at this point, my stop would be underneath the low of this candle here. And my hope would be that at the end of today, it looks like this. And now I have a bit of a hammer, and then it looks like this. And then I'm like, okay, I'm back in the game. And then I would think whatever move this is making now, that's the move. That's the one I'm moving stops, and hopefully this thing is. So yeah, I would say I would not give it much room beyond today if I was in this thing, because it's a little bit like mounted up. It's done something like that before, though. That was earnings the last time it was able to reverse out. So we'll see. Had a great trend. I'm with you on that. Yeah, fighting the same thing on Rocket Lab. Yeah, Ross Stores was there. Let's see. RTX. Kind of flat. Silver still down. SanDisk right back up. This thing is so choppy. Here's the SPY. Okay, so let's go see. Yeah, it really didn't give much of a pause, did it? The buyers took one small run at it, and right back up. Anyone looking for day trades today? Are you trading in the indices, or are you trading in individual stocks? That's a question. Let's see. STX. It's been an interesting morning, right? Like from last night, futures were down over 1% across the board. Did you guys see that? Like 1.25%, 1.33%. I was like, ooh, what's going on? And then this morning, I'm like, okay, we pared it back pretty significantly. Still open down a little bit, and then just buyers are like, nah, I don't think so. Pushing in. Day trading Amazon. Nice. Sold Netflix for a profit. Day trading SPY, Amazon, Walmart. Okay. I like it. SYY. Waiting for that pullback after the earnings. TJX. Not bouncing the way Ross Stores is, and you can see we didn't like this one because of the drop anyways. Tesla down, Taiwan Semiconductor. Ooh, maybe maybe a hiccup coming out of that bounce. Vail. Gotta tell you, as far as mining stocks go, this one looks fabulous. The cruise lines, they were up, then they were down, and now they're back up. It's kind of a choppy ride in there. Okay, I'm going to type this in because I've been having weird issues locking up my Thinkorswim when I've been clicking on. Yeah, look at that. That's real indicative of what we're talking about. Right, spiked up only to the highs. It didn't get back up here. So we still have this lower high developing. But now we have this big engulfing day today. And if tomorrow I don't know if today's going to be enough. Maybe it is actually. It depends. So the low here, 1667, we're at 1691. If we come all the way across, that's like a confirmation. That's like, yeah, that's a punch. I will be looking to put something on today if it looks like that's going to happen. It's hard to see where it's going to come from though. VOD, WDC. Oh, there's Walmart. Walmart's moving still. Yeah, Walmart looks strong. Okay. Did I miss any? Let's go to the XLs. Did I miss any symbols? What do I think about Elva? Thank you. Oh, no, hold on. I did miss one that I said I would do. I'm going back. Bam, Oracle. I think Oracle is in a, it's in a bad place. It just keeps making lower lows. At some point, it's going to try. And you'll notice actually like that was an effort. It was consolidating like this. And then we had this. It was the biggest attempt the buyers had made, right? Since it first failed. But after earnings, it gapped down and then it made a new low and it was right back in the range. And you can see here it tried. And it's like, it tried and then it just right back into it just can't get out of it. It needs to do up, down, hold. And then I'd be like, hey, let's take a look at that. What about Elva? I don't know what that is. ELVA Electrovia. Well, that's a fun name. Electrovia. What do they do with an amazing name like that? I'm going to look it up. Am I not connected here? What's going on? There we go. Oh, Elva has no options. Well, it's an $11 stock. So you're trading the stock. Number one. Oops, I don't want that. Analyze. And fundamentals. Industrials. They engage in the design, development, manufacture, and sale of lithium-ion batteries, battery management systems, battery-related products for energy storage, clean electric, transportation, other applications in North America. It operates Infinity battery systems, low and high voltage, operates solid-state battery technology, blah, 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 forklifts, chargers, robotics. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's gone from 4 to 11, and it looks like it's trying to move now. If you've been watching this one, I would say you have it's choppier up here at this high, but stochastics is turning. If it looks like this is going to hold, that definitely looks viable. Not sure where you'd put your stop, but I'd be looking for probably a move to at least 15 based on the way it's moving right now. It's an interesting one. It's only trading. Oh, it's trading 700,000 shares a day. I bet it gets options soon, actually. They're never very good in the beginning. But that looks like it's promising. Electrovia. Wells Fargo. I mean, it's done enough for me to consider it again now that it's recovered somewhat from this, right? It's at least gotten past that previous level into the gap, but I would want to wait and see the next pullback. This thing's a little overbought here. I mean, it could keep going, obviously, but my thought is I'd rather see what the next one looks like. A little late to the party. All right. Okay, let's go back and look at our 5-minute SPY one more time. I mean, the bulls are trying to make moves here. So if this thing has like an actual consolidation and turns, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, or SPY, I would be thinking that's the kind of setup, right? You saw it here, and then it just immediately engulfed, gives you a little bit of run. What are your pickups? 4 to 7 bars. 4 to 7 bars at 5 minutes is, you're thinking 20 to 30 minutes in the trade at most. Maybe even less if you're going down to 3-minute candles. You'll be on the 3-minute, you can see this did give you a doop, 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 and then bam. And then you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. And now what? Now we're going to be thinking, is there a consolidation here? 3 to 5 candles on the consolidation. So yeah, if you're in them, I'm sure you're probably closing them. And if you're not, you're probably thinking about it and then looking for the next trade. Right now, you might say, oh, Scott, so would you consider a put? No. That's not enough time, right? So, all right. Let me just peek at the other ones that are being looked at. Walmart. Yeah, you can see Walmart, maybe same thing, coming into a consolidation. Apple, no, not Apple, Amazon. Ooh, it's flying. Amazon is moving. Okay, Ford's trying to get positive. Nvidia is staying negative, but pairing the losses. Yeah, the buyers are fighting back. I don't know, Stephen D, what do you think? Possible that AI sees something we didn't, and the bulls are getting ready to run? Who knows? All right. I will go fix the calendar, you guys. I didn't realize it dropped driving. Fair enough. I will go fix the calendar to make sure you can join for tomorrow, and that extends out. My apologies thank you for flagging that so I can take care of it. Yeah, let's see what happens today. You guys have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow morning, if not tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, we've got the 2 Q&As. As always, happy trading.